Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the podcast. And this is episode 3 of Navigating Grief. So, I have shared some personal experiences about grief and the journey, different ways that I have learned to navigate, and some positive aspects of grief. So today I want to talk with you the different stages of grief and share with you a practical exercise or technique that you can use if you ever experience grief. Because it's all well and good knowing what grief is and being able to identify it, but knowing how to alchemize it and transform it leads to empowerment. Because, emotions are energy in motion. And when we give them a way out, or when we can help them move and shift on, we create space for something else to come along. So these are in no particular order, but there are 5 known stages of grief. So the initial stage can be denial, and this involves disbelief or shock, and you may struggle to accept the reality of the loss. The second stage is anger. So when the denial fades away, pain can emerge and is often expressed as anger. And this anger can be directed at the situation, others, yourself, or just the world in general. And I find from personal experience and working with clients, this is the one that can stick around for a very, very, very long time. The third stage then is bargaining. So this is where you can dwell on the different outcomes, or, hindsight is always a great tool, that I could have done this, or, if I had known, or, if I had said this, or if I'd been there, things might have been different. And yeah, there's always a higher power at play. So bargaining again just creates more turmoil and stress. The fourth stage then is depression. So this is prolonged or profound sadness and despair. And people can withdraw from society, from their friends, from their passions, and they can experience really, really intense sorrow and find it really, really difficult to experience joy in life. And the final stage then is acceptance. And this is where you come to terms with the loss and acceptance doesn't mean happiness, but rather a recognition of the new reality and an ability to move forward. And this one I find is a little bit bittersweet for people on their healing journey, is that if they accept the situation or the loss, that, they don't care about it anymore, or they feel guilty for moving forward or moving on, like they're leaving that memory behind. And that's not the case at all. You can still move forward with the memories, with the time you had with that person, or the experiences you had in that situation, and they go with you. Because everything is always moving on, everything is always moving forward. So you can either stay stuck in the past, or you can say, okay, it is now time for me to move forward. And initially it can feel super uncomfortable, but it does get easier the more you just allow yourself to move forward. And all of these stages can happen, years apart, weeks apart. Some may not happen at all, and some may be very, very obvious, and they mightn't even come in that order, because everyone's experience with grief and journey with grief is very, very different. But one piece of advice I can give you is that sitting with whatever is present long enough for it to be seen, felt, and heard, because feeling is healing. And until you sit down with it and get really, really uncomfortable to the point that you get comfortable with its presence, it will not go away, and it will linger, and it will show up in other areas of your life, and it will dress itself up as other things and create other problems and, other things that will sabotage your life that are really, really unnecessary. So my biggest advice from experience and from working with clients is just sit with it. Just be open to feel it. And then it has no power over you. Then, it does come in waves and tsunamis and when you least expect it. But if you've built up the resilience and the discipline to sit with it without trying to distract yourself or fix it or push it away or deny it, just sit with it, because everything is energy. And when you sit with it, it has an opportunity to move through you, because it is transforming you and changing you at a cellular level. And it has to pass through. That's the whole idea of it. It needs to pass through you. And when your system gets used to navigating this emotion and having no resistance towards it, you can actually only feel a feeling for 90 seconds. And if you're feeling it any longer than that, you are choosing to hold on to it. So it always, always comes down to you and how you want to work through it. You can push it away, you can shut the door on it, but it will be there waiting, and it will come at you full force at any opportunity it can, because it wants to be recognized, it wants to be acknowledged. So yeah, maybe it's not what you wanted to hear, but honestly, it is the best way to move forward and to not feel the intensity of it every single time. Just feel the intensity of it once, and it gets less and less and less every time it presents itself. And eventually it just becomes an ache or a fleeting moment, and then it passes again, because it never truly goes away, but your resilience to it strengthens, and you realize that this too shall pass. So for our practice today, I would like you to sit in a comfortable seated position and make sure that your shoulders are back, your chest is open, and just allow your eyelids to close, your body to relax, and your mind to settle. And just take a deep inhalation through the nose and a long breath out through the mouth. And again, deep breath in and out. And one last time, deep breath in and out. And I just want you to place your hands on the top of your chest, on the top of your lungs. And the lungs are the place where we hold grief and sadness. So I just want you to notice how this area feels. Does it feel heavy? Does it feel damp? Does it feel vulnerable? Does it feel light? Just notice and bring your full attention to the top of your lungs. And perhaps you feel your chest rising and falling on your breath. And just notice how it feels to make the connection with your chest, with your lungs. And I just want you to go a little bit deeper inside now, and imagine you could see into your lungs. And I want you to notice if there's any shapes, colors, clouds, or anything that's uncomfortable, any memories. And perhaps it's just showing up as grief or sadness, And remember, this is a place of non-judgment. All is welcome here. You're just observing whatever is there. And if it's uncomfortable, please just trust the process. Trust the intelligence and the wisdom of your body. And use your breath as the anchor. Use the breath to open up your lungs a little bit more, to create more space. And now I want you to say silently or out loud to whatever is there, I see you. I feel you. I accept you. I see you. I feel you. I accept you. I see you. I feel you. I accept you. And just keep breathing in and out of your chest area. And just notice if anything has shifted. Notice if anything has lightened or released from your chest, from any heaviness that may have been presenting itself there. Now I want you to imagine that you had this magic eraser. And I want you to go around your lungs now, erasing any places that might be presenting itself as grey or black or any dark colours. And as you lovingly begin to rub the inside of your lungs with this magic eraser, it leaves behind this beautiful golden white light energy as you begin to cleanse and clear the right lung from top to bottom and from bottom to top, front and back. And just feel how bigger and brighter your right lung feels already. And now move over to the left lung with your magic eraser, cleansing and clearing from the bottom to the top and the top to the bottom. And feel how much bigger and brighter and more expansive your left lung feels. And now I want you to breathe into both lungs now, filling them up from bottom to top, front, back, left and right. Hold the breath at the top, fill all the way up to your collarbones. And exhale, release any stagnant, stuck energy that may still be there. And again, breathe all the way down to the bottom of your lungs, filling up to your collarbones. And holding the breath at the top. And exhale, releasing any stuck, stagnant energy. And one last time, breathe in deeply from the bottom of your lungs up to your collarbones. Hold the breath at the top. And exhale, release it all. And just rubbing the tops of your lungs. Rub down to your rib cage. And just really acknowledging your lungs. Acknowledging this new space that you've created. And you can stretch your arms and hands out to the side as they are extensions of your heart chakra. Open up your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Expand all of that beautiful energy that you've just created. And as you exhale, bring your hands back to center in prayer in front of your heart. And just take a moment to bow into your own heart for all that it has been through, for everything that you've alchemized and transformed, for all of the compassion that you've had for yourself and for others. And thank you for joining me for this Navigating Grief episode. I hope it has been supportive and helpful to you on your journey. And I always love to hear from you, so please feel free to share your experience. Until next time, from my heart to yours, namaste.